want to buy from him. But, you know, and there's a lot of like bullshitting from supermarkets. Like he had a real issue with Whole Foods lying, and even after he had stopped selling them food, they were saying that it was coming from him.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Even the concept of like grass fed, like for how long? Like, and how are you feeding them the grass? Are they in a pen where you feed them the grass? Or are they actually wandering around eating grass like they're supposed to? There's a lot of that, you know, like when you hear about like chickens, you know, they're free range. Like what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, how much of a range?
I just had dinner with our buddy Jesse last night, and it was insane. It was so good. Daidui.
Oh, yeah. That's an amazing restaurant here.
Oh,
yeah.
But I was like, okay, well, tell me about this. Tell me about, you know, Longhorn and what Wagyu means on his menu and all the pigs and the things that he's seeking out and like the breed of chicken that they have. But like you were saying, like it's not just the breed. What's that chicken doing?
Right.
And it's insane. It is so freaking cool, man. Like, it's a heartwarming place to eat, and it was just, like, knock your freaking socks off.
Yeah, Jesse does it the right way, and he's such a good chef. He's so amazing. When Steve and I went to Euphoria down in South Texas to hunt, Jesse came, and he cooked for us. It was the most incredible experience and he cooked diver duck, which everybody says is gross. And he's like, no. This is you just have to prepare it properly. And it was some of the best duck I've ever had in my life. He just has a marinating process that he does, and then he grills it. And it was insane. It was so good, man. It was so good.
Yeah. They got nominated for James Beard on his turkey book, which is super awesome. The people down there just, you know, his employees stay there. They've been there they're like everybody in that house has been there for a decade, and they're just loving the stuff that they're doing and putting out, and the stories that he can tell on that menu, right? Like the bread is he's like, I went and picked grapes out of the alley across the street, which doesn't sound all that great, but that's how he like started the yeast for the bread, and that's been going for 6 years. They got yogurt that came from a culture that's been going from for 200 years from one of their employees whose family's from India, and they brought it over.
Whoa.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I love that stuff, but it takes like dedication and commitment to know where your food comes from.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I swear to God, when I go back to D.C. and I'm talking to people, like, they are so disconnected from this stuff. And I just often think, I'm like, God, if you guys just knew where the food comes from, what the land actually provides, we wouldn't be having these conversations.
No, I mean, human beings, for the most part, in urban areas are completely disconnected. If you had a survey of how many people really understand where food comes from in your average city, I would imagine it's less than double digits.
Oh, yeah.
This is probably a small percentage of people really understand.
Yeah, man. I mean, the economics of food I've gotten really into recently, because there is a real inability in certain areas of the country where the cost of getting anywhere near an actual grocery store is prohibitive to a lot of people. And so, you know, they're just like, they're shit out of luck for a real food. And then it's a cultural thing of mom didn't know what real food was. Dad didn't know what real food was. So I don't, and my kids won't.
Right.
You know, and then on the flip side of that, it's like food comes from DoorDash. Food comes from, you know, people spending big bucks.
Yeah.
And they're just as disconnected as the folks who don't have any bucks to spend.
Now imagine the younger dryas impact today. Imagine some kind of impact like that today to force people to actually find their own food. You know, first of all, you'd be dealing with a small amount of survivors, right? Let's imagine an apocalyptic scenario where 20% of the population survives, which has probably happened numerous times in human history. If that happened today, how many people are equipped to find food? How many people are equipped to live off the land? It's such a small amount, man.
Such a small amount. I
Such
also
a small amount.
think about the anthropologists digging through that bone pile.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, why is it that when we do cross sections of these bones, they're so much more unhealthy than the cross sections of the bones from 4,000 years earlier?
I know.
Or late, Yeah. Yeah. Because I think that's
Convenience.
Convenience, man. We love our convenience.
Convenience is killing us.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's a moment here. We had all these different walks of life come together and be like, oh my God, public lands matter. We had all these businesses come together and say public lands matter. I got to tell you, when I was chatting with our buddy Cam Haynes the other day, when I was about to be disconnected for a week, right? And I've been like eating and breathing this fight, this stupid lawsuit that came out last year. Then it's in the House. Oh my God. We get it pulled out of the House, thank God. Then it goes to the Senate. Oh my, Mike Lee introduces the damn thing in the Senate, sneaks his language in, blindsides everybody. And I got to get on a plane to go to the Arctic. And there's this little like bellwether moment where I make like a last Instagram post, last thing I can do. And I see Cameron Haynes is like, you guys, you got to get off your asses and call your senators. They're selling our public land. And the same day, Josh Smith from Montana Knife Company did it too. And I bring those two guys up as examples because they were also like on the mega train, right? They were like pro-Trump in through the election. They're representing the right side of the political spectrum. And when that moment happened, I did draw like a little breath of relief right there. I was like, okay.
And people that aren't afraid to criticize aspects of the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid to say, yeah, we voted for this guy, but this part of the pie sucks. It's super important to us that this gets pulled out of here, and we're going to go to the mat for it. And I'm like, that is the thing, right? We have people who aren't so self-conscious that they're like, oh God, I said this thing a month ago. I can't come out and say what I really think right now, because that would kind of contradict what I said a month ago.
Right.
You know? And that gave me like, really, really made me feel good. I'm like, okay, things are starting to go our way now, because all the other people who were afraid to say the same thing were like, oh, thank God some other people with a big microphone came out and said it. So now I feel emboldened to stand up publicly for what I believe in.
Yeah, it's such a terrible thing to be so trapped in the ideology of your party that you can't stand up for what's right. That's gross.
Yeah, man. And
so
it is
un-American.
And it's being promoted, though, too. Like, one of the things I feel when I go back to D.C. is there's a lot of people spending time on making sure, not that America is better, but that system persists. So the next generation of short, little boat shoe, no sock wearing people can have jobs.
Yeah, those boat shoes. Yeah, it's gross. It's really gross, and it's prevalent. You know, it's been around for a long time. This weird system that we have. It's not effective. It's not good. It's not good for anybody, and it's all being fed by lobbyists and special interest groups, and they're all they want to keep it going. They want to keep the grift going.
But there's palpable frustration out there. Like, I feel it every day. A long time ago, you told me, you're like, dude, don't read the comment section. And you're 1,000% right. I can't say how right you are, but during this time of like, why aren't people clicking into this?
Right.
I was getting real depressed, like shaken, pissed, tears at times over feeling so underrepresented. And then when we started gaining momentum, I was like, okay, what the hell else can I do? I'm calling my senators. I'm calling my representatives. I'm establishing contacts with their staff. I'm talking to them about how important this is. I'm asking them what else we can do. Trying to build these bridges for this goal of protecting my public lands that I love, right? We're working with all these nonprofit groups are coming together, even groups that traditionally don't focus on public land access issues, you know, like your Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, who has done a bunch of stuff for access, but, you know, they have an elk on their logo. They're the elk people. And then Pheasants and Quail Forever, they're the pheasants and quail people. National Wild Turkey Federation, they're the turkey people. But they started being like, uh-oh, this is real serious. And then we started getting all these people in the same room together, sharing information instead of being competitive. And then businesses started coming out and saying, well, what can we do? Little breweries down in Arizona. This guy, Wren House Brewing, called me and he's like, hey, what can I do? I have a brewery. What can I do? And we came out with a beer that has a QR code on the label, and it's just called Rep, because at that time the fight was in the House, so call your representative, and you hit the QR code, you put in your zip code, and it connects you with your representative. Right? It's like crush beers and crush the phone lines, whatever tag you want, up to, I'm on a steering committee that has REI, Patagonia, Rivian, all like big companies, right? That are like, we want to put some muscle behind this. We want public lands to stay public. Then we launched a Hunt Brands for Public Lands Coalition and had a huge name. Sig Sauer is on there, right? They have military contracts, and they had the guts to stand up and be like, we don't want to see public lands get sold off.
That's awesome.
Yep. Weatherby, another firearms manufacturer, First Light Meat Eater, obviously. But we started like building all these bridges and unifying groups and people and businesses around this common cause. And it's that public persistence, that we the people part that folks kind of tend to forget, that is literally saving public lands. It's about like being out there, public and loud, and it's working, but we need to take it to the next step, right? And maintain the momentum and stay unified. And the thing that was really interesting, right, is like we're up to the date, up to the absolute second that language is pulled. Before it's officially pulled, Mike Lee's team has his statement out on, I listened. I still want to sell public land, but I listened to everybody, so I'm not going to do it right now, is really what it says. And he's completely fabricating this story. He was told, like, this is going to get pulled. So you can do it now and save some face, or we can pull it and you're going to look like a loser, right? And unfortunately, he got the option to, like, fight again another day, which is brutal. But I get that information, and I get to announce it to this awesome group of people at this off-road rally trash pickup deal that I'm out at called the Gambler 500, which is super cool. And then I put that online. And I'm like, hey, thank you to the Democrats, and thank you to the Republicans, and thank you for all the voices that came out and the businesses and all this stuff. And then I was just like, set my clock as to when people were going to just start tearing each other apart. And it fucking happened, right? And it's like, you guys voted for this. You were getting exactly what you deserved.
Oh, right. I did see a lot of that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did see a lot of that. Like, no, we didn't, stupid. No, we voted because we felt like the country was moving in a terrible direction. It doesn't mean that they can't also move in a terrible direction once you get them in. The important thing is people stood up, people like you, luckily, that are very invested in this and used the considerable resources you have access to and got a lot of other people involved, like Cam, Josh Smith, and everybody else. And I jumped in too. We're just lucky that a lot of people care and recognize that this is a slippery slope and that if they got through with this and they did this, this is just one step. And if you let them sell 1 acre, that's why just not 1 acre was the best motto. It really was. Not 1 acre was the best motto. You can't. It's not yours. It's ours. It's everyone's. And if you sell it, you should make zero profit. It should go, it literally, if you did sell it, it should have to go to every fucking person that lives in the planet or in this country, rather.
Yeah, I mean.
And we don't want it. We don't want that money. Keep it the way it is.
No, the value of this stuff only goes up.
Not only that, again, we're 36 fucking trillion dollars in debt. You're not even going to put it, if you sold all the public land, all of it that we have, it wouldn't put a dent in it.
No, it wouldn't. You could strip all the timber.
Yeah.
Sell the land.
Everything. Minerals, everything.
Yeah.
Not going to put a dent in it.
No, it's not. So we got to find a better way. And you know what? It's not going to be convenient.
No.
It's going to be hard. And that's like the thing that I keep coming back to. I'm like, all they're doing is being like, oh, see, we did something. They're not doing the hard work, right? And this particular thing would divest the American people of, in my mind, and we started doing it as a slogan for backcountry hunters and anglers, is like public land freedom. Like, you are divesting the American people of the ability to be free. Like, these places represent like a lot of goofballs, man. Unstructured fun. And I feel like there's a lot of people in the lawmaking side of things that get very nervous about American people out there having unstructured fun. It's
really?
Like,
is that really what it is?
They're like, what's going on out there on that BLM land? There's somebody riding a motorcycle, and there's somebody shooting a gun, and there's somebody fly fishing, and there's somebody bird watching, there's a family camping. Can't have that.
Do you really think that's it? Do you really think it's like they don't want unstructured fun?
I'm coming around to that thought a lot, man. A lot. Like, right? They're like, why? There's no kiosk, right? Nobody's out there charging for your use of America's public lands. You're not signing a liability waiver. Oh, my God. And once you're out there, you just kind of make up whatever it is you want to do that day. That's freedom, buddy, right? And I think people are fucking nervous about that.
That's a weird perspective.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. I just think they look at it as an opportunity to cash in. I think they look at it as an opportunity. Like, we have all this land. It's public. Let's sell some of it. I think it's just like incredibly short-sighted. I think they think in terms of, literally in terms of terms where they're elected.
And it's not sell some of it, right? They're like, we're going to maybe hold on to the national parks, but there's another play there where we're going to turn those over to the states, or privatize them completely. Get full control of, like I said, like Colorado River, right? Like, we're going to control the pipes for the watersheds.
Yeah, I've heard that language before, that water's not a right. Yeah. That people are gross, man. If you let them be. If you let them be, they'll be gross.
And yeah, absolutely. And some of these people want it purely for the fact that they can't have it, right? Yeah. And it drives them insane.
There's definitely that. Yeah, there's definitely that. There's a lot of short-sightedness. It's a lot of people could use a mushroom trip. It's just a lot of people that are just, you're missing so much of what this life is because you're so concentrated on your election cycle. You're so concentrated on making more money. You're so concentrated on things that when you're 90 and you're in your deathbed, it ain't going to mean shit, man. It's not going to mean a damn thing.
No. You could have been having fun and enjoying life with your neighbors.
Yeah. You can't keep it. You're going to die. You can't take it with you. You're going to die. And they don't see that while they're on the hunt. While they're in the middle of this process of trying to accumulate zeros in their bank account.
Yeah, got a little endorphin high.
Yeah.
Saw another zero hit.
That's all they want. And they're competing with other people that are doing the exact same thing. So they're in their little short-sighted echo chambers, you know?
Yeah.
Keeping
But
up
I
with the
hope
Joneses.
to God people learned, right?